as his brother who goes, and there his brother to Collins Injure, and there it is, the man who has scored more tries.
Sisi ndisi na hapa ndipo. Jina langu ni Abula Ahmed na hii ni
Zilisala Kwanjani, ni mie wako Hassan Juma.
We are changing the story of the politics of our country from a story where our society is prejudiced. People are judged by prejudices such as where they come from. But from today, Your Excellency, fellow delegates, it will not matter any longer your tribe, your religion, or even whether you are disabled or not. It will not matter if you are a man or a woman. It will not matter if you are young or old. What will matter is what you can offer in the process and in the contribution of taking Kenya forward.
It doesn't matter whether you're black or white or Hispanic or Asian or Native American or young or old or rich or poor.
We live in a world that is interconnected, and what happens in one region directly affects another. Stay in touch with the top news from across the globe. Ongoing politics.
I'm going to make sure that you hear you're hired.
ISIS threatens us today because of the decisions Hillary Clinton has made along with President Obama.
Live coverage of current events. And get exclusive interviews.
She asked you a question and you are going for your diplomatic relationship somewhere else.
Plus, have an opportunity to learn interesting facts about different countries.
Join us every weekday, 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. on Worldview, only on KTN News.
This is KTN News.
Good morning. This is Morning Express Sports Chat program, the program that we always bring you all that happens in the sports world over the weekend. And in the studio today, I've brought you the Kenyan team to the World Unified Martial Arts that was concluded in Seoul, Korea, just about 200 kilometers outside Seoul, in a city called Cheongju. And all those guys who did Kenya proud have all been brought here to the studio so that we talk about what is it all about, the game that we call Tong Il Moo Do. And in the studio, I've brought you the officials. Next to me is Hilary Wahanda, the Secretary General of Tong Il Moo Do Federation. At the center there, that is Clarence Wakio Ingalwa, the chairman, the big man, the big boss of Tong Il Moo Do. And then, of course, his deputy, Anuro Makanga. They are all here. They'll talk to us, tell us what it entails when you talk about Tong Il Moo Do. Gentlemen, welcome to KTN Studios.
Thank you very much.
And congrats for winning Kenya 8 medals. I understand 1 gold, 2 silver and 5 bronze medals.
Exactly.
And I can see from the far end, we have the team that did us proud.
Yes.
And remember, they arrived yesterday at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport to a warm reception from their family members. Guys, that must have been a very good performance. What were your overall views about that? But then, before we come to that, I think this is a reaction to what you guys said while you were in Cheongju, Seoul. If my producer can run for us what you had to say, and then we continue with this program.
to win a medal. And I was first position. That was in my mind. Actually, game is just to learn. You take the 10 seconds to read your opponent, the way he's playing. Then after that, you know which technique you're using to win your opponent.
Kenya has really tried in this championship. It's the first championship of its kind. We had some challenges, traveling, flight delays and stuff. But we've tried as much as we can to strategize and win as much as we can.
Wachezaji wetu wa sports wamefanya kazi nzuri. Kwa vile ukiwa hapa Korea na unasema wewe ni Mkenya, kitu ya kwanza atakuuliza wale ambao wanakimbia marathon. Kwa hivyo wametufanyia kazi vizuri ili kuifanya nchi ijulikane through sports. Kwa hivyo wanatusaidia kama sisi watu wa diplomasia na watu ambao tunafanya kazi kwa embassy, kwa vile kazi yetu ni kupromote nchi yetu.
Well, those are the thoughts of the Kenyan ambassador to South Korea, Mohamed Gelo, there, saying that our athletes, our sportsmen and women have done Kenya proud. Guys, every Kenyan was talking about you guys while you were in Seoul, Korea. And people don't seem to understand what is Tong Il Moo Do. Do we have a Swahili name for Tong Il Moo Do?
Tong Il Moo Do is as it is. Tong Il Moo Do. It's a Korean sport, so we adopted the Korean name. But there's an English translation which means unified martial arts.
Unified martial arts. What does it entail, Secretary General?
It entails different techniques from different styles of martial arts. Basically, the founders were champions in karate, taekwondo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and judo. So they tried to combine all these techniques into one art, which they call the unified martial arts. That is Tong Il Moo Do in Korean.
By your own rights, you are international instructors. And how easy or how difficult is it, Anuro, to combine all those disciplines into one as unified?
Okay, martial arts, just as the name art, it's a lifetime experience. You have to train it over your lifetime. And it requires patience and it takes a lot of time. So for you to be able to be a master in Tong Il Moo Do, it includes karate, taekwondo, judo, which are disciplines on their own. So it's a very, very difficult art to be a master unless you're very committed, patient, and willing to learn.
And it's a Korean sport. How did we come to know of this Tong Il Moo Do, Clarence?
Tong Il Moo Do came to Kenya in 1987. It started in Nairobi. It was brought by a Filipino international instructor called Master Pamphilo. And after it started in Nairobi, it spread to other parts of the country, Mombasa, Western, Eastern Province, Rift Valley, and other parts of the country.
You've talked about the need for patience, for you at least to be a master. And I can see since 1988, it has taken a lot of patience for Kenyans for us to begin to know the Tong Il Moo Do Federation in this country.
Let me cut in a little bit. When Tong Il Moo Do was introduced to Kenya, it came under the name Wonwa Do. So Wonwa Do was practiced actively until 1999, and then came Tong Il Moo Do. Now Tong Il Moo Do brought in more techniques, the circular and linear movements.
Linear movement.
Yes.
What is it? Can we get the guys show us some bit of that? What you talk about circular motion?
Yes,
or whatever.
circular motion.
Yeah. Guys, take it up. Can you give us those motions, the forms? Let's go. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Instructor, just from that, I can see they're using a lot of power, motion and all that. What is the significance of all this?
It takes time for you to perfect a technique. So after years and years of training, you'll see the technique well blend, and that also reflects the effectiveness of certain technique you're using.
Anuro, how difficult or how simple is it for a Kenyan to master a Korean sport, and then we go out there, we beat the world? We saw Edwin Musungu winning gold, singing the national anthem. That's a sport that is dominated by East Europeans.
Okay. Edwin Musungu and many of the players that we have, they are very disciplined. And for you to be able to master an art, one, you have to be very disciplined and committed. We normally say that in martial arts, before you start training, a punch is just a punch. A kick is just a kick. If you ask any ordinary Kenyan out there, what's a punch? You tell you can punch. But when you start training martial arts, especially Tong Il Moo Do, a punch now doesn't become a punch. It becomes different. When you reach black belt, when you train from white belt to brown belt, black belt, a punch does not become a punch. It becomes different. You learn it until it becomes now a punch. When you reach black belt, again, a punch doesn't become a punch. It becomes different. We say when you reach black belt, now become a true beginner. Now you start training the art, it's now a different.
I can see one of you guys are black belt?
Yes.
You mean I'm not safe inside here? if I cause trouble. Is that all about black belt, that you are the tough guy, you are not the Mr. Nice guy? You can always take out anyone who causes trouble?
They say a master of all is the servant of all. So we are here to help and not to threaten anybody's situation.
How significant? What is the significance of Tong Il Moo Do, you as an individual?
Tong Il Moo Do is a very good sport because one of the tenets it teaches people is patience, perseverance, and through some of these tenets, it will help you see life from a different angle. If one is a student, it will help you focus more on your main purpose of living, which is learning. And if you are a young person, it will also teach you obedience, so you'll be able to relate well to your elders and also your peers. So in a big way, it's a life-changing experience whereby it is supposed to make someone to be better.
Yes.
And I believe most of us as instructors and our players also have also gotten better because of this martial arts, because it also pushes you to achieve much more. And if you can look at our sport, we're also trying to use the same education we get from the sport to make it a better art and a better sport.
Yes. Viewers, if you are joining us now, we are hosting the Kenyan team of the Unified Martial Arts, where they call it Tong Il Moo Do. And in the studio, we have the three officials of the Tong Il Moo Do Kenya Federation. At my far right, that is Amiro Makanga, the deputy chairman of the federation. And then at the center is Clarence Makio. And my immediate right, that is Hilary Wahanda. They are all instructors. They are so good at this game. They're so good. And they are taking us through the motions. And in the middle there, you can see the team are trying. The team is trying to show us those moves. And among those showing us those moves, we have a gold medalist, that is Edwin Musungu, who beat a South Korean to win that gold medal. Guys, beating a South Korean, that is their game.
Yes,
how did Edwin Musungu achieve that?
Well, we advised Edwin while in the ring to adjust according to the situation. Because if you walk blindly into a South Korean, then you have no way out. Yes. So we were adjusting as per the situation every second. That's the only way we managed to grab that goal.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys, can you hold it? Where's Edwin Musungu? Edwin Musungu, the gold medalist. You are bowing to me? Okay, thanks. That's Edwin Musungu, the gold medalist. He beat the South Korean in that final, and it was an interesting match, which we had in the live. But then KTN brought you all those news about Edwin Musungu doing Kenya proud when that national anthem was sung inside the gymnasium. You must have felt proud about that.
Yes.
We are winning gold.
Yeah, it was a very special moment for us. Yeah, because the team experienced a few difficulties before getting to Korea. As you all know, we just finished an international tournament in Mombasa. Then we had to rush to Nairobi and quickly go to the airport. So the trip was also not very easy because 17 players were left behind. And
five were left behind. What are you saying? Is it that the federation failed in logistics, or what happened?
No, actually everything was according to plan until they got left behind by the Ethiopian Airlines. About 5 minutes late. So some of them had already checked in. But we pleaded with them to allow the team to quickly check in and join the others, but it was not possible. But one good thing happened during that moment, because we sent a text message to the Cabinet Secretary for Sports, Dr. Hassan Wario, who quickly intervened by instructing one of his officers to make sure that the team gets to Korea for the tournament on time. So that really motivated the team. So immediately after we missed the flight, tickets were sourced to make sure that we take the earliest plane to Seoul, Korea.
The first time I'm seeing the sports ministry acting so swiftly to get the team to Korea, and they did commendably well. 8 medals is really good.
Yes.
Anuro, as an instructor, how much of physical input, training and all that do you have to put into all this?
Okay. In martial arts, you have to commit yourself all your life. Martial arts is a way of life. It's not like other sports, for example, tennis and all that.
Which is seasonal, maybe?
Which is seasonal. Martial arts, to do it, you'll never be perfect. You never reach perfection until the day you will die.
Ah.
Yes. So each day is a learning process. Each day you learn new things. You have to empty your cups each and every day and fill it up. So it's not an easy sport.
So someone would want to ask, where do you guys train? When it comes to Harambee Stars, we know you can find them at Nyayo Stadium, you can find them at Kasarani, you can go there. But Tong Il Moo Do, where do you guys train? Do you train individually or as a team?
Let me talk about Nairobi, and my colleague here will advise you about Mombasa. Well, in Nairobi, we train mainly jointly at ABC Place Westlands. There's a gym called Shani Active Gym and Studios. It's on the 3rd floor of ABC Place, the new tower. Now, we also have various clubs within Nairobi. Yeah. We have one in Dandora, we have one in Lakisama, we have one at the YMCA. We have very many clubs within Nairobi. Mm-hmm. Now, recently, we also opened up Kajiado County, where we are having a club mainly at the Uchumi, just on top of Uchumi. It's called Tumaini. No, just on top of Tumaini supermarket. Now, we also have a club, Kajiado, we have Acacia Crest Academy, and we're also opening many other clubs. Yeah.
Because you risk being accused again, like the other sports, that it is Nairobi-centered, or maybe Mombasa if you go far. But what are you guys doing to ensure that the sport spreads across the country?
We're doing a lot of expansion at the moment. In fact, many people are becoming more interested in learning Tong Il Moo Do. In Mombasa, we're having the headquarters club. At Mombasa, the police dog unit. So that's the central club for all Kenyans. But in Mombasa, we have over 8 clubs. Some are private clubs, others are institutional. And most of our instructors also offer private practice, whereby they do private classes to people. But what I can say about Tong Il Moo Do is Tong Il Moo Do is spread all over the country. We have clubs in Limuru, we have clubs in Meru, we have clubs in sides of Western, Kakamega County, Bungoma, Nyanza also. So in the real sense, we would say that we are expanding the training to all parts of the country. We're entering into Isiolo in the next few weeks.
Isiolo?
And we also have a good expansion program because we want to concentrate more on the youth. So far, we've gotten very many young players from high schools, so we want to expand training in primary schools and high schools also.
Anuro, this sport, Tong Il Moo Do, does it pay? Because anybody who wants to get into a sport, guys want to run like Rudisha, they want to be like Bolt, so that they earn. I don't know. Do I have motivation to get into Tong Il Moo Do for my welfare?
Actually, martial arts pays a lot. Even in Kenya, I earn a living from martial arts. From morning to evening, I only do martial arts. Same to Hilary Wanda and Master Clarence. So it pays a lot. I normally have like between 8 to 12 classes every day. And each class runs for 1 hour. I wake up very early. Depending on the clients, you can receive minimum 1,000 per hour, goes up to 3,000-4,000 per hour. So if you are serious, committed and dedicated to doing it as a way of earning a living, you can really earn money.
But just as a player, maybe a gold medalist, bronze medalist, silver medalist, does it pay that athlete?
Yes. As Kenya Tong Il Moo Do Federation, our gold medalists, the government normally rewards our players if you get a medal for the country. Because when the national anthem was played in Seoul, it was for our country. It's for us as Kenyans, we are very proud. So the government normally reward our players when they earn these medals.
Yeah. Just to add on to that, we've taken several groups of national team to international tournaments, and some of them have become beneficiaries of the presidential award scheme, whereby sportsmen and women are rewarded by the government. But we are also in part of our master plan. We're looking forward to us approaching more sponsors to come on board, so that when we have local and international tournaments, we can be able to have something for the players. But at the moment, we are getting to that point. Very soon, we'll have more incentives for the players. We've also been having plans. Actually, we've also been doing some way of assisting some of our players through education. So the federation has been supporting most of our youth players in getting their fees paid for colleges and such. Yes.
That's quite impressive. Now, other than the monetary maybe benefits and all that, when we had our conversation, you talked about self-defense and all that, and that even I was reading something about Tong Il Moo Do, that there's a point when you can also be trained on weapons.
Yeah.
Yes. Is it worth training also on weapons and all that?
Yeah, weapons are good to. As an art, from the art perspective, it is good to know how to handle different weapons. Yes.
Yeah, but what about self-defense? You are in the middle of a street, and then a guy comes and anakupiga ngeta. Can you react using your basic skills?
There are many ways to handle that if you have the knowledge of self-defense, and especially for senior practitioners of Tong Il Moo Do. Yes.
Because like now, I come and nakupiga ngeta. How will you free yourself from it?
Right now, I can cop your eye. I can elbow your ribs. Yeah, I can also take this down. Yes.
But I've at least pressed your windpipe. How would you...
can I stand up and handle the situation?
No. You are a black belt. So. You are a black belt. But then on our streets, increasingly the streets are not very safe. How important is it, for anyone to learn Tong Il Moo Do?
It's very important to learn Tong Il Moo Do or any martial arts, because sometimes being confident enough is enough security. Because there are situations whereby people normally don't use a certain road, but you confidently pass through that road. You see, the people who probably mug people along that street will wonder, who is this person? But then again, when they come and attack you, you also have to assess the situation. You cannot fight with 20 people, because this is your life. It's not a movie. You may just tackle 1 or 2 people, then walk away. You may even run. Running is also allowed, because you need to save your life.
It's part of Tong Il Moo Do.
Self-defense. Yes.
That's interesting. You also teach guys to run when they come to your
gym. Me, I have a different perspective. I normally say, in martial arts, you say, running for your life is the surest way to lose it. What happens is that you may not be able to, someone wants my phone or my wallet. He's got a gun. Why should I risk it? Just give him the phone or the wallet. The idea of training martial arts is not for you to be a Jackie Chan or Jet Li. But what it does, it gives you self-confidence.
Yes.
It makes you be able to confidently walk with a straight posture. And when those guys see, they see this guy is confident, and they think twice before they attack you. Yes.
When you walk around Nairobi, you'll see families, walking with their children, and you feel they're overfed or they're obese, that kind of thing. Can Tong Il Moo Do solve some of these problems?
It's a martial art requirement to be physically fit. And when you're physically fit, your body adjusts to your natural body requirements. And then, of course, cases of obesity will have a reduction in weight. And also in the digestive system. So martial arts is the best way to achieve not only physical fitness, but the natural weight, self-confidence, self-control, and it has many extras. Yes.
We saw in Korea, Clarence, a 17-year-old Korean fighting all the way to the finals of sparring. I think it was under 62 kgs. Does that mean that this guy must have started at a very young age? And is that something you as Tong Il Moo Do Kenya would want to start maybe with the schools?
Yes, that's something we want to do. We are already doing it with some schools. We have a very powerful team at the Shimolatawa School, and it has produced a gold medalist in February in Korea. And the same player also won another gold. They just concluded Mombasa Open Tong Il Moo Do International Martial Arts Championship.
But do we have instructors who can take care of these kids right from a young age, like that, all the way?
Well, our utmost goal and plan is number one. You talked of crime in the streets.
Yes.
If we engage our youth at the right age, then we will curb all these crimes in future. So if we train our children right now, 10 years from now, they will have something to do, which will be to take care of kids the way they were taken care of. So our goal and plan is to penetrate into institutions, start training kids at a young age. We also want to go to the community level, train kids at a young age. Maybe we can have holiday programs to engage them so that they do the right thing at the right time.
But do we have those instructors? Do we have the coaches to do that?
Yeah, we have the instructors who are ready to do that.
What's the capacity like?
At the moment, we have over 50 reliable instructors, and in the process, we are raising more. So one instructor can take care of 2 to 3 clubs. So if the classes are split into three classes a day, they're able to take care of more classes.
Are there any risks associated with this, being a sport? Because in Korea, I saw guys were working each other like nobody's business, yet it's supposed to be a peaceful thing.
Yeah, in all martial arts, there's normally a risk involved. But like you saw in Korea, you have protective gear. That the headgears, the hogos, the shin protectors, they cushion against direct impact to the body. But things like lock, which you're supposed to submit, if you don't submit that, you can get hurt. But normally we try, as a federation and as martial artists, we try our best to for the safety of our students.
You just talked about lock. I don't know if from the guys showing us those moves, can we get someone to do us that lock? I don't know. I don't understand what lock is.
The locks, yeah. Yes.
Can we have these guys doing
locks,
that lock?
Yes.
Show us the lock. As they prepare to do that, you talked about protective gear and all that. That raises the question of the expenses involved in this game. How expensive, how cheap is it for anyone to get into Tong Il Moo Do?
It's not a very expensive sport, but one has to be committed. Because one, when we train our players, we train them, one, to be athletes, if they want to. And there are adults who don't want to be athletes, so they will want to train it either for their physical health or self-defense. But as a sport, one will need to...
That's a lock?
That's the lock?
Amber.
That's a lock?
Yeah, that's a number.
What's that?
Amber.
Amber.
Yeah.
So what happens there now that he's been locked?
Basically, he's trying to dislocate the shoulder and the elbow at the same time. Yes.
But you cannot get yourself out of such a mess.
Before you can, but in the act, it's difficult.
If you recall while we were in Korea, this is the technique most of the Filipinos and the Iranians used to win. When you use this technique, most likely it will be a knockout.
I think I remember Nasir Ali.
Yes, Nasir Ali. Yeah. He lost to the Iranian, got a bronze because of that technique.
Because of that technique.
Yes. Yeah.
That technique can be used on the streets.
Yes, actually, you can use it to break someone's arm. But the good thing about Tong Il Moo Do is, because of the circular motion aspect, it is upon you to decide whether to lock the person only or break. So that's the good thing about it. So something is, when the fight is very serious and you want to maim the other opponent on the other side, you can break the person. But if you want to control the situation, you can just take the person down and maybe walk away.
We've seen the police, Kenyan police, but with due respect, that sometimes they want to immobilize just a petty thief and all that. Instead, they shoot that person. Would this skill be applicable? Would a policeman maybe benefit from this?
These skills are highly applicable. We've had, we have training programs with the police. In fact, I just mentioned that we have a club at the police dog unit whereby some police officers study or train Tong Il Moo Do, and we believe these techniques can also help them. We also have another training going on at the APTC. But as a federation, through our international office, we want to approach the Kenya Police Service with a curriculum so that we can train our officers. But our idea is basically to train for them instructors. Because we don't have the capacity to train all the policemen in Kenya.
Because naturally, it's not just weapons all day. You can use your power, the muscle to
the skills. The skills can be very, very useful when need arises.
Okay, that's very important. Maybe as we continue, because we don't have much time, but then we'll want to introduce our gold medalists and also the silver medalists and bronze medalists. If you could take your positions so that your country could appreciate you, look at you and say, okay, you can always do us proud. Then just take your positions there, starting from gold medalist, silver, and then bronze medalist. So, guys, I was reading something about Tong Il Moo Do. What I got is that it's a combat thing, but at the same time, you are saying you are using Tong Il Moo Do to promote peace. How do you use combat to promote peace?
There are several aspects of Tong Il Moo Do. Martial arts, many people normally take martial arts to be violent. Take martial arts to be a way of beating up someone. It's totally different. In Tong Il Moo Do and in all martial arts, you have things like forms, which they call kata or poms in Taekwondo. They normally help with balance and technique. You have the physical aspect of the art, and also the spiritual aspect, and then the teachings of the art. If you combine all, then you'll be a very peaceful person.
Thank you, guys. I'm told we don't have much time, but then your cameras there, you can see the Kenyan medalists there. And before we leave, there's a guy here called Hilary Wanda. He's been challenging guys on social media. He says that he's going for 22 push-ups for 22 days. Guy,
I think we do it all together. Toxin, you can join us. You can join us for the challenge, day one.
Day one challenge, but then just show me how it's done, guy.
Now let's all do it together.
The stage is yours. Just go out.
Now you see the procedure is you have to record and then you post it on social media.
Okay.
So if someone could
recording for us,
kindly record through my phone, and then we do it with the others.
Get in there. Get in. Go.
Oh, okay. We'll record with that. Okay.
With us. Yes. Let's see these 22 push-ups.
So we are sorting our 22 push-ups for 22 days.
To make a circle.
All of us today.
I'm recording so that I post it on social media. We see this challenge, what this challenge is. Guys, we don't have time.
Let's go. You will count?
Okay. I'm counting you guys.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. 1.